A Toronto Raptors trade is imminent right now, as Woj just reported. Woj just revealed that the Toronto Raptors are bringing back Garrett Temple, which is the positive signing, a nice vet in the locker room. But what this means for Masai Ujiri is that they have no longer any roster spots. So if they want to bring back Gary Trent Jr. or literally do anything else this offseason, and Gary Trent Jr. can be had an absolute steal of a contract, then that means a trade is coming. Whether it's Bruce Brown, whether it's Chris Boucher, whether it's Jakob Poeltl, whether it's something is happening, a deal is coming. There's no world where the Toronto Raptors just sit pat for the rest of the offseason now at this point, with everything that's been brought up in the trade mill and the rumor mill and stuff, and we have some reports to support that. So we're going to dive into all the latest regarding the Toronto Raptors. And first, I don't want to say a Woj bomb, but a little Woj report. Woj bomb for locker room, Woj bomb for vibes, because news has come out that essentially free agent Garrett Temple has agreed to a 1-year contract with the Toronto Raptors. And basically, Garrett Temple, if you're not familiar, he was on the Toronto Raptors team last season. He was there as a veteran leader. He's 38 years old, averaged 3 points per game, 1.7 rebounds. Is a good three-point shooter. In fact, when the Raptors were down bad at the end of last season, Garrett Temple was actually one of our better players out there on the basketball court when he was getting some consistent runs. So another shooting guard. Again, this signing doesn't have any impact basketball-wise on the team in regards to someone coming out there taking minutes from, Jakob Poeltl, Gradey Dick, Ochai Agbaji, RJ Barrett, any of these shooting guards, because that's a big issue with the current construction of the Raptors team right now. Is we have too many wings, too many young guys that need minutes, and not enough spots to go around. We are extremely guard heavy. We just brought in another guy with Garrett Temple who's not going to play, but again, I just listed a few, but if we factor in the point guards as well, we have Immanuel Quickley, we have Davion Mitchell, and we also have Jamal Shed at the point guard positions. All three guys that I think deserve some minutes, especially at the start of next year. And then the shooting guard spot, regardless as is right now, because we're locked in, as I kind of mentioned in the intro. We don't have any more roster spots to fill. So if that's all the case, then at the shooting guard spot, we have RJ Barrett, we have Ochai Agbaji, Gradey Dick, Jakob Poeltl, and then now Bruce Brown, who's on the team here now at this point. 5 shooting guards that, again, 4 of them, I think, need minutes for development, or else it's going to be cooked in terms of the players that we're going to have out there on the court. And then Bruce Brown, we're not just benching Bruce Brown if he's going to be on the team. That's just a horrible look for a guy that is a vet, that's a quality NBA player, that you're trying to improve his trade value. I mean, we're not paying him $23 million to just completely nuke his trade value this season and let nothing go down. So what does this mean? Again, the Garrett Temple thing, it doesn't change crazy stuff, but it changes stuff along the lines. It doesn't change anything because of Garrett Temple, the basketball player. It changes stuff in the locker room, development of young players. Very happy with that signing, but it does have a serious impact in regards to the Toronto Raptors, ability to make moves, and it indicates to me that a deal is on the way for the Toronto Raptors. And frankly, firstly, because I've made a rant about this earlier today, right? News has come out that Gary Trent Jr. isn't even going to get a mid-level exception. So if you take a guy like Gary Trent Jr., who 14 points per game, 2.6 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 40% from behind the three-point line, 38% from corner threes, 25 years old. If you're telling me that guy can be had for about $10 million annually, you should be fired as a GM. And I get it. Some people aren't happy with Gary Trent Jr., his inconsistencies, all that type of stuff. Completely understand. No one's calling you crazy for not being that excited about Gary Trent Jr., given our current roster construction. We got a ton of shooting guards that need minutes, yada, yada, yada. But at $10 million, it is irresponsible as a franchise. It is a foolish move to just let him walk for nothing. To go ahead and understanding that that's the market value for such an elite three-point shooter. Yes, he's inconsistent, but you know what that means? Inconsistent when you're bad, you're also really good as well. So 40% from three-point line is still 40%, okay? Gary Trent Jr., if he walks for less than $10 million, less than $12.5 million, we're not sure if it's Gary's holdup, if it's the Raptors holdup, or whatever's happening behind the scenes. But it is financially irresponsible for the Toronto Raptors to let Gary Trent Jr. walk if that is the price. If that is the asking price, if that's the contract he's going to receive, even for a 1-year contract. That can't happen. That is cap management blasphemy. Make a trade out. Make something go down. And I feel like that's what is going on at this point. Because whether it's Bruce Brown, whether it's a Poeltl, whether it's any of these guys we've heard tied to in different trade rumors, trade speculation, and things like that, the Toronto Raptors, in order to be able to bring back players, in order to, even just sign some prospects out there in the open market, make some tweaks, make some nice moves, fill out this team, they have to have some open roster spots. And right now, Chris Boucher, Bruce Brown don't really fit positionally in terms of what Darko Rajaković is looking for, right? All of those types of things. And then you're also just literally forfeiting the opportunity to draft or to sign the star boy Gary Trent Jr. if you keep the Toronto Raptors roster as constructed. So what are the Toronto Raptors going to do? Why is also this trade imminent? Because again, Bruce Brown has made some comments, made some quotes about, hey, I was happy being back to Toronto and all of these types of things. Well, Jake Fisher just recently came out as well today and dropped a little bit of info saying that Bruce Brown definitely expects to be traded without a doubt. So, again, Bruce Brown is a guy that's good at basketball. 11 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 33% from the three-point line, 27 years of age, close to 28 going into next season. Shoots 34% on corner threes. He's a proven valuable asset on a team that's good. But as we listed out when discussing Gary Trent Jr., we have 1,000 shooting guards on this team that need minutes, that need opportunity, that need run. Bruce Brown expects to be traded. He's on a 1-year expiring contract. Teams offered us a first-round pick for him leading up to the trade deadline last year. We're not sure of the specific deals that were offered, that were discussed, that were brought up, leading into the NBA draft. But basically, Bruce Brown seems to be the guy that, given, we have another shooting guard on this team at this point, another one, added to the group. I just expect a deal to go down here with the Toronto Raptors. I expect it to go down soon because, again, Masai Ujiri is talked about. He's raved about. He's been excited about. He's been amped up about flexibility. What options can we have? Something comes up. I want to be able to bring in a player. I want to bring in a piece. I want to do this type of stuff. And right now, we are handcuffed. It's not even we don't have flexibility. We don't have room to move, space to operate. We don't have anything whatsoever right now with the Toronto Raptors roster is currently constructed, and we have 3 months of the offseason. So a trade, I think it's coming. I think it's coming fast. So I don't know. That's, again, Garrett Temple. I think this is still a smart move to bring him back as a veteran piece. I'm sure there's some teams out there in the NBA at a veterans minimum that would be interested in Garrett Temple showing, just how much the Toronto Raptors locker room liked him. I'm not saying it's a bad move to bring in Garrett Temple now, but what this means to me is there's deals lined up. There's something cooking, especially with the Paul George and Klay Thompson signings. The big dominoes have fallen. I expect soon there to be some news coming out that a deal will be going down for the Toronto Raptors, or else this is the roster. This is the team that we're going to be handcuffed to going into next season. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I will be shocked if a deal doesn't happen in the next couple of days, whether it's Bruce Brown or one of these different guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Also, Courtside Digest, certain spam videos out there. Myself, another Raptors fan, Jack Beatty, one of my good buddies out there, covering the NBA out there, all the latest free agent signings. So definitely check out those vids as well. But folks, you guys are the best. I'm signing out. Cheers.